Welcome to the ultimate throwback where muscle, mayhem, and unforgettable one-liners reign supreme. Journey with us into the heart of the 80s and 90s action cinema where legends were born and heroes never die. Sylvester Stallone, the underdog who fought his way to the top, inspiring generations with every punch and every battle. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the unstoppable force with a legendary physique and lines that became part of pop culture history.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Go! Get to the chopper!
Jean-Claude Van Damme, the martial arts master whose incredible athleticism and charm lit up the screen. And last but not least, Steven Seagal, the Aikido expert who brought a new level of intensity and precision to the action genre.
How's the action, boys? Mind if I play?
Get ready for a blast from the past as we celebrate the films that defined an era and the stars who became legends. Sit back, relax, and let the action begin. Hi guys, welcome back to Discussions with Deggers, and welcome everyone to our celebration of the action-packed world of 80s and 90s action films. In this four-part series, I'm going to be diving into the legacies of four iconic action stars: Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Steven Seagal. So if you want to join us in the discussion, be sure to
Stick around.
and drop your comments below. With me, I'm going to have an action film enthusiast and a lifelong friend, Mark Wilkes, aka The Rock Dog. Right guys, in this first episode we're going to be looking into the rise of Sylvester Stallone and the characters that he made household names all over the world. Stallone's career really skyrocketed with Rocky in the late 70s, but truly took off in the 80s. His underdog story resonated with audiences worldwide, and then his role as John Rambo in First Blood, along with its sequels, further solidified his status as an action icon. Stallone's characters were always about resilience and overcoming the odds, which was very appealing back in that era. So, come and join us in the discussion.
I can't stop laughing now, I can't. I can't stop laughing, I can't.
We're going to have us some fun. Mad area, eh? 44-year-old blokes doing this shit.
Do you know, that my dad says he loves. Anyone seen Richie? Huh? Oh, your dad? When he pushed him in the phone book, anyone seen Richie? Huh? I'm going to keep coming back till someone tells me where Richie.
Did I say I was 39? I'm 39,
Huh?
I'm 39, you know.
39?
Yeah.
You wish. And what's the problem? Because he's been in the because he's been in the tube for so long. Could just text me that, just doing this.
Put that one in the middle.
You know when you got a poster,
Yeah.
you know.
Over the top, man.
Hang on, Dave.
Over the top.
I'll tell you what I wish I'd still got.
Like a
I
switch.
sold it for next to nothing. I'd got Pezza got me from Blockbuster. I wish I'd have kept it.
Oh,
Hang on,
what's
so
that?
yeah, it's
This is brilliant, this is, mate. Love it. Yeah. Really good, this is. Going to be looking forward to this. Oh, up. Wilksy, what are you doing down there? Wilksy, get up, you son of a bitch, because Deggers loves ya.
how we doing? All right.
I'm all right, Mucker. I'm all right. Right, I'll set the camera up, get the drinks, and yeah, we'll get started, mate. Nice one. Right then, ready to roll? Take. I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun. So, as you know, I'm with one of my oldest friends, Mark Wilkes. We went way back in it, junior school, innit?
Oh, back to our days in junior school, mate.
Junior school. As I've already said, he's an enthusiast. Like when it comes to these guys, you know, Stallone, Arnie, Van Damme, Seagal, and beyond, Chuck Norris, the rest
Chuck
of them.
Norris, Bruce Lee.
The lot of them. But today, in this video, we are going to cover the films and the career of Sly Stallone. So let's just start off, mate. We're just going to have a chat. I'm just going to let it roll. We're just going to chat like you're not even here. So come on then, reel off some films. I mean, you've got some memorabilia here. So reel off some of his best films, mate. Go on, go for it.
I mean, with Stallone, you could say Cliffhanger, The Specialist, Over the Top, of course. You know, Escape Plan, recent times, the Creed franchise, the first two Once a Bad films. Like I say, it's through the decade, Tango and Cash, of course. Tango and Cash, class film. You know, I thought him and Kurt Russell, it was like Cobra and the Snake joining forces. Again, mention there Cobra. Yeah.
Do you know what? I don't actually recall that.
What, Cobra?
No, it's been that long since I actually saw it.
Well, that was the other.
It's not one of his best, though, is it?
No, but again, it was a good cast. Because don't forget, Bridget Nielsen was in that with him.
Yeah.
And also, the villain, I can't think of the actor's name, but the villain was the guy that also appeared in AWOL with Van Damme. He was like...
What, Attila?
No, not Attila. He was the henchman for the lady in the film who organised the fights.
Right, okay.
So he was the villain in that, so
because the thing is with...
Again, with Stallone as well.
He's, like, obviously he's known for Rocky and Rambo.
Rocky and Rambo.
They're his two most successful franchises. But he has done some other great films as well.
Yeah, Copland.
The Specialist.
Well, I've mentioned The Specialist.
Oh, did you mention The Specialist? Sorry.
Copland.
Yeah,
with
Copland,
De Niro.
Yeah, I do.
Again, he's also done some bad films. Think of like
Mama from the Train.
Wrong.
Yeah, Stop on My Mum Will Shoot. That was terrible.
Yeah.
He did a film called Oscar.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
There was also he did that Grudge Match film with De Niro, which was like on a boxing theme, where it was like Rocky against the Raging Bull in like that, and that never caught on really.
Yeah.
You know, I think recently though, again, Detox. There's another film.
Never heard of it.
You never heard of Detox?
No,
he was in that. You know, so.
But then his recent ones where he got them all together.
The Expendables, yeah.
How can
I not forget The Expendables? Because again, it's one of my favourite films with Stallone in, because the cast, you know, it's such a very, very strong cast. It's like the Dirty Dozen in today's films. Like the Dirty Dozen back then was, you know, that was their action heroes back in the 60s. Like obviously now that Stallone had the idea of bringing them all back from the 80s era, like Dolph Lundgren, Mickey Rourke, Jet Li. I mean, Jason Statham, I think he's absolutely brilliant in Expendables. He's one of the main men. But again, it revitalised Dolph Lundgren as an actor because he went off the scene for a while. But again, Eric Roberts, he played the first villain, and he was well known for being in not just A Specialist, but also in Best of the Best.
Correct. Oh, another class film.
Yeah.
So even though like this first video is like going to be on Stallone, and then we're going to do another one on Arnie and Van Damme and Seagal and what have you, let us know in the comments if you want to see more, if you want us to do other eras, because there's other actors that they're not really. It's not really the action genre. Tom Cruise. You know, you got others. So let us know in the comments if you do want to do more. But for this one, let's stick with Sly then. So okay, let's look at his most popular film. So Rocky. Let's start with Rocky. What is it? Tell me why you love Rocky so much. And I know you're a fan of boxing, so that's one of the reasons.
That's one of the reasons. But I like the storyline from where Rocky started out. As don't forget, he was a debt collector, and the line in there when obviously Mickey could see the potential of this guy, this character as a boxer, and he hated seeing all that potential go to waste by who he worked for in the film, you know. So, but again, it's Mr. T was great as the villain, as the challenger, Clubber Lang, and again Dolph Lundgren. Who could forget Ivan Drago? Ivan Drago is apparently, I'm got to be careful what I say here. I think he's one of the most famous villains in movie history. Everybody knows Ivan Drago. But again, the late Carl Weathers now, that's just sadly passed away. Carl Weathers was the perfect actor to play Apollo Creed. It was basically, he was like the Muhammad Ali, that franchise, the way he boxed and moved around the ring. And like I say, Rocky was no one gave him a monkeys about Rocky, really.
Well, he was the underdog.
He was the underdog, and that's what it was all about. I like the story of the tale of the underdog. And again, it was just, he's such an influential character. Everybody knows Rocky Balboa. Everybody likes to see when he runs up the steps and, you know, to challenge. Iconic. Yeah. It's such an iconic character, Rocky. You know, again, people like visit Philadelphia and they want to run up the steps and, you know, I think Stallone, he's just one of the greatest actors ever in movie history.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that a lot of people would disagree with you. I don't think he's, in terms of like acting, he's made some fantastic films. Like, there's no doubt about that, and he probably got better as he went on. You know. Yeah. I mean, certainly in the first Rocky, at times it was difficult to understand him, wasn't it?
It was in a way, yeah. It was. Yeah, it was in a way.
So, you know, he obviously got better, and then obviously the standard and the quality of the films got better. But for me, I mean, Rocky, the first two, for me, I know your favourite's 4, isn't it?
No, my favourite's 2.
Oh, your favourite's 2?
My favourite's 2.
Fair enough. Yeah, for me, the first 2 Rockies, absolutely brilliant. And what I love about the first one is, unlike the majority of like that style of film, he still lost in the end. He lost the fight, but he still came out the winner.
Of course he did.
I won, but I didn't beat him.
And I just love like the way that was done.
But who could forget the contribution that Burgess Meredith did in the film as playing? He like Stallone stated, he'd never ever seen an actor with so much enthusiasm to play a boxing trainer, and that's what. And the character of Mickey, it's well known. It's just.
You're a bum! You're a bum!
You bum!
We just did one there, didn't we?
Exactly.
Get up, you son of a bitch.
Exactly. You know, it's you know, like when he shouted to him in the boxing, you had the talent to be such a good fighter, and instead of that, here comes some line blame, some cheap second-rate loan shark. It's a living. It's a waste of life.
Because you had the talent to become a good fighter, and instead of that, you became a leg breaker. Some cheap second-rate loan shark.
It's a living?
It's a waste of life.
It's just a great iconic line in the film, you know. But let me ask you, what would you say was the best opponent for Rocky?
Oh, I mean, really, if I'm saying that my 2 favourite films are 1 and 2, it's got to be Apollo, hasn't it? It's got to be Apollo, and then after that, I mean, how can you choose between Mr. T and Drago?
You can't. It's impossible, isn't it?
If he dies, he dies.
Yeah. If he dies, he dies.
You know, and Mr. T said, "Don't give him no statue, give him guts."
Don't get a sucker no statue, give him guts.
You know.
It's hard to pick. They're all just brilliant films.
And Mr. T with a stare down when he said, you know, dead meat.
Oh yeah.
When he looked in Rocky's eyes, dead meat. You know.
Dead meat.
Yeah.
Just those lines, you know. Hey boy, you know. Once I finish with him, you're next. And he said, like he said it to Apollo in the rematch. You know, when after Apollo had trained him. But again, some of the best training scenes ever, like when to give Rocky back the confidence to win back the title, you know.
Yeah, again, I mean, I think Rocky 3, it actually brought more in. What am I trying to say? It actually looked at like boxing tactics and the way people box, like in a more intricate way. So it showed you, and this happens in the real sport of boxing. He took his eye off the ball. It was all about the fanfare in
Yeah.
Rocky 3.
Yeah.
Took his eye off the ball. He thought he was it.
Yeah.
He got involved in all the fame and all that. Ended up losing his title, and then he came back. Went back to his old adversary to train him, Apollo.
Well, Apollo.
And then came back leaner, faster.
Yes.
You
But
know?
again, you look.
And I
But
thought it was
what
brilliant.
the soundtrack, the Survivor with
Yeah.
Eye of the
Yeah,
Tiger.
brilliant.
It was just such a classic hit to be brought out at that time of the 80s to go with that film. Like the line, like Apollo said to him, see that rock, that look in their eyes, Rock? Eye of the Tiger, gotta get that back.
See that look in their eyes, Rock? We fought, Rock. I trained hard, but I didn't have that look in my eyes. You had it, and you won. Gotta get that look back, Rock. I had the tiger, man.
You know, it's just little things like that, sayings like that,
Yeah, class.
to get it back.
Class.
And again, going on to Rocky 4, I'd actually say Rocky 4 was the best soundtrack.
Brilliant.
I mean, again,
Yeah.
the song No Easy Way Out,
Yeah. Class.
I'd say, in my opinion,
Burning Heart.
was the best song in the Rocky films, No Easy Way Out.
It's up there. It's up there. But you've got Burning Heart.
Burning
where
Heart.
Where they're coming
Yeah,
into Russia.
yeah.
Hearts on Fire.
Yeah.
The training montage.
Yes.
And then, like you say, just even like.
But what
just the
about
backing
what about
tracks.
the actual theme song in Rocky 4 when he's running up the mountain?
Yeah.
Just that instrumental song alone
Yeah, brilliant.
is an absolute influential song for anybody.
Yeah.
Like if you
So I'll totally admit this.
Go on.
Okay, I've used that music and those songs when I've been training in the gym.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
It's a
if
perfect
you've done
training
that,
song
if
in the
you've
gym.
done that, if you're watching this now and you've done that, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up as well. But yeah, I've done that because it is so inspirational.
it's an inspirational piece of music.
Yeah.
And it just again, it's the 80s.
Yeah.
And I personally think some of these great soundtracks for these films of the 80s, like not just Rocky, but Top Gun, again, classic soundtrack. Even Roadhouse was a good soundtrack. I'm not going to get off what we're saying about Stallone, but it's
Yeah,
just
I know what you're saying.
that era of films, like
That
era.
Brilliant. And the thing is, it's always going to be special to us because we grew up with it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
We grew up with
Again,
it.
even the instrumental song for the film Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of them songs. It signifies the 80s as a decade.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So getting back to Rocky then. So Rocky 5 wasn't as good.
No.
I still liked it. I know it got slated, and a lot of people don't like it, but I actually like it. I like the way it was. It was a little bit more about him and his family as opposed to the boxing and like, how he was struggling after leaving boxing and retiring.
which he had to do on medical grounds because obviously the blows he took from Drago in the last
which
fight.
he had to do, obviously. And then obviously you've got the ones after, but. To be fair, we've done enough on Rocky there. We've summed it up. Absolutely
But
brilliant.
can I just add one last thing to this? Right, in Rocky 5,
Go for it.
Go for it.
I'd say, don't get me wrong, I liked the fight at the end, I thought, when he's thinking about Mickey and he's saying, you're the champ, get up, fight this guy hard, get up, you son of a bitch, because Mickey loves you.
Get up, you son of a bitch! Because Mickey loves you.
And again, I also like the scene where he went back and he noticed how the gym had ended up.
Yes.
Like a shell of a building.
Yeah.
And he went there and he was reminiscent of Mickey, thinking of Mickey, and he found the glove on the floor and he was doing the slip the jab, go. And he was thinking of Mickey saying, slip the jab, and again, it was just like he realised that Mickey was the father figure in his life. Yeah. He was the man that believed in Rocky all along.
Also, hats off to Tommy Morrison.
Tommy Morrison,
who
played Tommy Gunn.
Yeah, he played a really good part.
Yeah, he did.
As did, we're getting further on now, but Tony Bellew did really well in the what's it called?
It was in Creed.
Creed that's
1.
it. Creed 1, yeah. I think he did well.
But I also think the actor that played Drago's son was good in Creed 2. And again, I'm gonna bring Creed 2 into this. I like the scene where it's part of Stallone, but I like the scene especially where obviously Drago went to the restaurant to wait for him, and his words was to the girl on the desk. She says to Rocky as he walked in, "There's a big guy over there." He says, "You'll know him as soon as you see him." And the way Stallone went, "Is that you?
They're you.
What are you doing in Philly?"
Why in Philly?
And the way Drago said, "You ain't heard."
You don't know.
And of course then, you know, Drago's bringing him up to speed about what happened in his life after that defeat in Moscow. You know, the way he says, "People in this country love you. In Russia, nobody touched the Drago name. Everything changed that night." And the way it was just, and then Rocky, that was a million years ago, and the way Dolph Lundgren, so Ivan Drago never got over that defeat. Yeah. He got basically run out of his own country, which made him end up in Ukraine. So, you know, that's it. So, but I just think that scene alone was great. It was just, you know.
Oh, mate, I mean, we could be here all day. I mean, because there's that many great scenes, isn't there? So, okay, so let's move on then. So, Rambo. I mean...
Oh, God, Rambo.
Rambo.
John J. Rambo. Yeah.
This time he's fighting for his life.
Yeah. Classic film. Absolute classic film.
Absolutely brilliant, mate.
Yeah. Richard Crenna, what an actor to play Colonel Sam Troutman. You know, that line where he says, "God didn't make Rambo, I did."
God didn't make Rambo. I made him.
Who the hell are you?
Sam Trotman.
And you know, it was just class film, absolute great film, an ultimate classic.
Again, with exactly the same, I think with Rocky First Blood and First Blood Part 2, I thought they were really good.
Yeah. And
then 3 sort of went down.
I don't know. 3 had some great one-liners.
No, again, it was all right, but it just but I mean,
you know,
it wasn't as good as the first two.
When he picked up the radio and he went, "Are you listening?"
Yeah.
He says, "Who are you?" "Your worst nightmare." "Are you listening?" "Who are you?" "Your worst nightmare." It's just
he did that in 2, didn't he?
Murdoch,
I'm coming to get you.
That's just, yeah.
Murdoch. I'm coming to get you.
Murdoch knew of Rambo. This Russian did know his enemy.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like when he'd gone in there and he'd like made his presence known that he's here to attack the fort. One-man army. And the way, when Rambo escaped, they didn't capture him. And of course, they're taking it out on Troutman, saying, and the Russians questioning Troutman, "Who is this guy? Who is he?"
Yeah.
He says, "I will have him hung up by the walls." You know, he says, "Well, if you don't find him, he'll find you. What makes you think this man is God? No, God would have mercy.
He
wouldn't."
Who do you think this man is? God. Oh, God would have mercy. He won't.
You read the script still?
No, but it's just, it's iconic one-liners from the 80s. You know, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And then he's not long done. It was Last Blood, wasn't it? So how many Rambos is there in total?
There's 5.
3, 4, yeah, 5.
5. I think it should have finished off at 4. That's when I think it should have cut the character off.
Yeah, I think
because
he
went home.
Yeah, the last one was just mindless violence. It was entertaining.
It was entertaining, but it was just.
It was. There were so many holes in the plot.
There was, yeah.
You know,
I felt
more holes than a fucking sieve.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's one of them.
But Rocky 4. Sorry, Rocky 4. I beg your pardon. Rambo 4, which was just called Rambo. I thought it was a great storyline.
Yes.
He ended up in Thailand. And of course, those people wanted to help some of the poor Burmese.
I wasn't best pleased with the ending, though, was I? What did I say about the ending?
Oh, God, yeah.
Tell him what I said.
It was just, that was it. I don't know. It was like sort of. It just.
He shouldn't have killed him so quick.
No, that was it. Yeah, you said basically, I wish I'd have seen that toe rag suffer some more. The sergeant major, and that was the one. Flidder went with us, and Flidder walked out there saying, "What do you reckon, Flidder?" And Flidder went, "Oh, I don't know, Wilkes, it was missing something." And I'm thinking, and then you went, "Flidder, you are bloody Barry Norman."
Barry Norman, isn't it?
You know, but
can't call him Jonathan Ross because he can't actually pronounce his R's. So.
But again, I enjoyed that. It was again.
Yeah.
I think he brought him back in a blaze of glory. In the same time, he brought Rocky back to play Rocky Balboa. Again, we've missed out Rocky Balboa, the 6th Rocky. So, you know, but again, that's another good film to the franchise.
It's one of them, though, isn't it? Because as much as you love them, like to be serious about it, as much as you love them, how far do you want to keep taking it? Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think after 2, it starts to get a bit ropey, and it's like it's just not as good. Again, it's a bit samey. So
I do like Rambo 3 in a way. I think it's again.
Oh mate, I like all of them.
When Troutman said to him, "You've got to come to terms with who you are," and he says, "What am I? A full-blooded combat soldier? No, I don't want him. Too bad. You're stuck with it."
You may try, but you can't get away from what you really are.
And what do you think I am?
A full-blooded combat soldier.
Not anymore. I don't want it.
That's too bad, because you're stuck with it.
You know, and he basically
but to get my point now, mate, what I'm saying is that you look at Rocky 1 and 2, and then you look at Rambo 1 and 2, and to me, they are far better because obviously they're the originals, the stories.
Yeah, it was in the 80s. It was in that era.
And for me, you know, once you start getting beyond that, it becomes a little bit too samey, and you know. But you know, not slating any of them. They're, as far as I'm concerned, they're all watchable today. And actually, what I'd like to say is, anybody that's come across this video and you're enjoying it, and maybe you know you've not watched these films, for instance, like I can't believe, mate, that my brother Liam and my sister's chap Sam, like they've not watched these films, or like some like you know they've not like watched.
But we're in a,
and honestly, I encourage them to watch it.
But we're in a generation now with films when it's all the DC stuff like Spider-Man, Batman,
I get that.
Iceman.
They're missing out.
Of course they are.
They need to dig these out and watch them because they are absolutely brilliant. Pure entertainment.
But again, people in this generation now wouldn't understand about when you say to them, "Oh, we had to go out and rent a video."
Yeah.
We had to go out and rent one. Yeah. And there was only one copy in the entire shop. Before Blockbuster Video come about, when they used to have 6 of each title, we'd have our local little video shops, whether it be a petrol station or whether it be an actual video shop or whether it be a newsagents, because newsagents then, they used to have the little small majority of rental videos.
Yeah.
So again,
because
a
lot of, you know what, if some of the younger ones, I don't know if my brother and sister remember actually, but the old VHSs, I mean, and that's how it was in the video shop.
That's how it was in the video shop. It was the big box. So, you know, because obviously the case was slightly bigger than the actual cassette.
Yeah, I mean, just look at this. I mean, when you're talking about enthusiasts, having them framed, and I mean, you know, some people might look, but you know, to be fair,
the VHS
it's pretty cool, really. If you're into this stuff, it's all good stuff, mate.
You know.
Yeah. But yeah, no, you're right. Like what great memories, and that's why I thought, like, you know, at the end of the day, my new channel, Discussions with Deggers, I just thought this is brilliant.
Growing up back in the 80s, like as we did, you know, we'd go down to the video shops to try and get a poster, and the way that's now on the wall is how it was when you'd they'd give you a poster.
Yeah.
They wouldn't charge you for it. They'd say, "Oh, go on, you can have that poster." Once once it's been out on, like in the window or on the wall for a few months after the novelties wore off, where it's a new release, they let you have the poster. So again, it's like I said, all these posters.
Well,
do you
remember
these are
the
all
time
the
when we
actual
went? What did we
original.
go to see where you actually forced me to have my photo took at the cinema?
Oh,
With a
that,
poster.
that was
Was it a Rambo poster?
That was with the Rocky
It was
Four.
it was one of the.
It was with the Rocky Four. Yeah, we went to
Yeah.
see Creed.
Yeah, I'll put that up now because I've got that.
Yeah, we went to see Creed, and I took
That's
that with me, and we had it taken at the showcase in Warsaw, which now, sadly, it's gone.
Yeah,
it got demolished through
Blasphemy.
around at the time of the pandemic, and so we've lost one of the most iconic cinemas in Warsaw. There's only one now called The Light, but I think personally, you know, it's a shame. I mean, I remember as well. You've got the Canon label there. Canon, you've got all these different labels, RCA, Canon, Warner Home Video, Entertainment Video, CBS Fox. You've got all these different, you know, who could forget the Canon cinema in Warsaw?
You're going back now.
I'm going back now, but it was a great cinema in its time.
I can remember going there with Moffy to watch Robin Hood. Prince of Thieves. Yeah. Good. Yeah. So, okay, right, I'm going to ask you a question. Rocky or Rambo? I know it's tough, but let's say somebody's got twisted your arm behind your back or put a gun to your head. What you choosing? Rocky or Rambo? I already know. But what you choosing?
I'm going to go with Rocky.
See, I'm Rambo. Yeah.
Well, it's a difficult choice, really. I mean, you put me on the spot there.
It really is.
It really is, because they're two iconic characters in movie history. You know, obviously different characters. One's a boxer, one's a full-blooded combat soldier. But again, you could ask the question like of characters go, John Matrix or John Rambo? Who was your favourite all-time?
Well, we are going to be covering Matrix in the next video. So if you want to see the next video on Arnie, and we are going to be covering Commando and Matrix, don't forget to subscribe and click your notification bell to all, so you won't miss any of the future videos. But yeah, I mean, again, you can't really pick them, but if somebody had a gun to my head, I'd be saying Rambo. I just love, especially the first one. You know, he goes out into the forest and he's having to survive and all that. And, I just love that, and I love that story as well. Coming back as a vet, Vietnam vet, and and it's I just love it.
Yeah, and he was just haunted by his past. Like he said to Colonel Sam Troutman at the start of First Blood Part 2.
He said, can't be a civilian anymore.
It was just, again, getting back to Rambo, I've got to mention this in this video. How iconic was that sign right at the end when Colonel Troutman said to him, John, where you going? He said,
this is Rambo 2.
Rambo 2.
Yeah.
And he said, John, where you going? He said, I don't know. He said, John, get a medal on it for this. And he pointed them POWs, prisoners of war, says, give it to them. He says, John, the way he said, John, don't hate your country for it. Hate it. I'd die for it.
Damn it, don't hate your country for it.
Hey, I die for it.
And the way he says, well, what do you want?
What is it you want?
What I want is what those POWs want, and every other guy that went out to Vietnam, for those people that run our country to realise how much we love it.
I want what they want. And every other guy who came over here and spilt his guts and gave everything he had once for our country to love us as much as we love it.
For those guys that spilt out their guts at the front line of war in Vietnam, and that's what Rambo wants. And again, it's such an iconic line at the end of that classic 80s film where, and then as he walked away, Sam Tripps says, how do we live, John?
How we live, John?
Day by day.
Day by day.
And that, to me, is one of the best ever lines in films. So Rambo, we salute you. It's just great, and it's right. Yeah. We live day by day.
Yeah,
like you always say in your videos, You know, live life to the full.
Oh,
You've only got
yeah.
one life, you know, and Rambo was like a lost soul because, like he said, I've lost most of his mates. They all died in Vietnam, and like he said, most of me died out here, Colonel. You know, all my mates have gone. You know, but but again, we could be talking about this all day.
We could.
Just
I
talking
do
about.
want to talk about one more of his films before we like get into the little trivia bit. So I've got a few questions for you.
Okay.
And it's up there because that is one of my favourite films ever, and I can't believe that it flopped. I absolutely love it. Yeah, over the top, the old arm wrestling. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, really, like for everybody watching this here, like it is like, I mean, I'm like Lincoln Hawk and you're like Bull Hurley. Look, ain't it? It is though, isn't it? Yeah. And it's like a switch. It's like a switch, and it's like I become like
I could say.
I'm like a truck.
And it's like a switch that goes on. And when the switch goes on, I feel like another person. I feel like a truck.
Say to you, you know,
I'm like a machine.
I owe you. You shouldn't be up on
Oh
these.
my God, mate.
Again, but one film we've got to mention as well is, I can't believe I mentioned it sooner, is what about Demolition Man? Where Wesley Snipes played the villain, Simon Phoenix.
But you're getting, what was that? Was that in the 2000s?
No, that was in the early 90s.
Oh,
that was before
Bloody hell.
The Specialist and Assassins, when he was alongside Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, Snipes, yeah, he was the baddie one, wasn't he?
He was. So again, that
Simon, his name was.
Simon.
Half-lead.
But again, and he brought him back for Expendables 3, and I thought, you know, that was a good to bring him as an ally to the Expendables. I know you've never watched the Expendables, but again,
guilty.
I will say this:
I'll watch it.
Watch the first one first. It's again, it wasn't just Eric Roberts as the villain. He actually, Stone Cold Steve Austin out of wrestling was his henchman, and he played a good part in it. And so did again Randy Couture, Terry Crews. They all had that again. But I thought Mickey Rourke, he wasn't a soldier in the front line, but he was the tattooist. And again, he played Tool, and he was good. But again, the second one, Van Damme was the villain, and so was Scott. I think it's Scott Adkins or Atkins. But again, he was.
Mate, I promise you.
Chuck Norris was brilliant in the second one.
It's fucking nagged me for years to watch these films, and I've just not got round to it. You know, life gets in the way. But honestly, I will watch them. You know, you've done me the favour of like doing these little chats, these little discussions. So I will watch them, mate. And obviously, maybe then in the future we can do some more because I'm really enjoying this.
It's nice to reminisce and talk about, let's say, proper films for that decade where everybody knew of these actors to play the action heroes.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, no, it is. It's class. It's class, mate. Yeah, but like I say, like I honestly, I can't believe that flopped. I think that is up there with one of his best films. I just thought it was brilliant. I thought the script was great, you know, and like the action, even though like it weren't fighting and like war, and you know how you'd normally, you know, expect an action film to go. Arm wrestling, like it was just so good, so entertaining. And I loved the story, but unfortunately it flopped. But it is absolutely brilliant, Matt. Yes. Right, Matt, I've got some questions here for you.
Right, yeah.
So now I just want to let everyone know these questions are he does not know. I wrote these down at home earlier, and he hasn't seen these questions. So let's see. So. First one then, mate. Where do Rocky and Adrian go on their first date?
To go to the ice rink.
Correct. Bloody hell, he knows his stuff, doesn't he? In Tango and Cash, Sly calls another of his characters a pussy. Who is it?
Rambo.
Rambo is a pussy.
Bloody hell, eh? Not even a flicker. Not even a bloody flicker. In First Blood, Rambo's first line, okay, is he walks up to a lady and he's looking for someone.
Yeah.
Who's he looking for?
Oh.
This is a tough one.
This is a tough question.
Yeah.
Delmar.
Oh my God, he's only got it.
Delmar.
What about the second? You get the second? I mean, that's good enough to be fair.
Delmar.
Do you want a clue?
Go on.
We have mentioned him earlier. We mentioned him earlier. Flidder's alter ego. Who does Flidder think he is?
Oh, Delmar Barry.
Barry.
Excuse me. Can you tell me this? Where Delmar Barry lives?
Delmar Barry.
Delmar
Bloody
Barry.
hell. I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
You are bloody good, you are.
Yeah, and cancer. It was cancer that killed him.
Died how?
Cancer.
Yeah.
Breathing all that, you know.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Cancer what killed the character.
Okay, right, now this is going to be good. I hope you get this.
Go
right?
on then.
So, at the end of Rocky 4, Rocky did a little bit of a speech, right? Now, I'm going to start it, and I want you to finish it, and I hope you can get it word for word. So, all I'm going to say is, if I can
change,
If I can change,
then you can change.
and you can change.
Everybody can change.
Yeah!
Everybody can change.
Yes! Come on!
Get it?
Mate,
Yeah.
that is class.
Yeah.
Absolutely class. Brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Right, so that then, mate, that unfortunately concludes the Stallone video. We've got more. We're going to do more, like I say. Next up, we're going to do Arnie. You know, but unfortunately for now, it's over.
Nothing is over. Nothing.
No, definitely next time, Arnie. We will see you then. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Cheers. Thank you.
Spot on.
Some damn fool said you're the best.
Wilksy! You son of a bitch! If you did like that video, don't forget to smash the thumbs up and share it around with your friends. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, set your notification bell to all so you don't miss any of our future content. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.